Hi everyone, I'm Mary Mays. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I am doing a quick little video to talk about where you should go if there's a tornado in your area. And I've been surprised by how many people have questions about this. And then I realized, well, a lot of people don't know. So let's talk about where you should go. If you are in a house or a sturdy structure, let's start with a house, just kind of a typical house. If you have a basement, that's going to be the best spot. Not every home has a basement. So where do you go if you don't? Well, a good key is to have as many walls between you and the outside as possible. So a bathroom is usually a great spot, especially if it's an interior bathroom, because the plumbing does hold everything a little bit steadier with those high gusty winds. However, if you have an interior closet with a lot of walls between you and the outside, no windows, that's a great option. And if you have an interior hallway, you can shut all the doors, take shelter in there. But those are usually going to be the best spots. And you want a sturdy, well constructed house. Now, a lot of folks live in mobile homes, a lot of folks live in RVs, a lot of folks are enjoying the van life, which is great, but they're not going to be safe during tornado, period. Even an EF1 tornado, a weak tornado, can just rip apart any kind of vehicle or mobile home. So there's a few options for you guys. First of all, you need to always be paying attention to the forecast no matter what you live in. But you can spend the night with friends, family, just kind of hang out until the severe weather threat's over. That's usually the most comfortable option. But if you're somebody who's, maybe living van or RV life, what you want to do is find a community shelter and head there. A lot of times schools will open shelters, especially in really severe weather prone areas. There's usually quite a few shelters that you can go to, public severe weather shelters. A lot of times you can go to a church. A lot of churches open their doors and or are tornado shelters. Also, if you're really in a bind, head to a Walmart. Head somewhere that's just open and public. And usually in those bigger kind of facilities, you'll want to shelter in bathrooms. And a lot of spots have, designated areas for sheltering from severe weather, especially businesses. So just check, ask around, ask for permission. Usually there is somewhere you can go, and you really should if you live or, are traveling in a mobile home, an RV, a van, whatever the situation you're in. Let's talk about if you're in an apartment. Same thing with apartments, interior rooms, bathrooms, closets. If you're in a big high rise apartment, usually those are made out of concrete and they hold up pretty well to high winds. Go into a stairwell. They're usually kind of reinforced with steel. They're usually really sturdy, but stay away from windows. You want to either be in your bathroom, hopefully with the door shut, no windows, but going into your hallway is a good option. Going into a stairwell to seek shelter, that's a good option. If you're, in a downtown area, even if you're really in a bind, heading into a parking garage and getting into an interior stairwell could save your life. Now, if you are in an apartment building that's just kind of a, one, two, three stories, maybe just kind of a typical apartment building, what you'll want to do is hopefully make friends with somebody on the bottom floor. If that's not possible, shelter in a closet, in a bathroom, or better yet, if you're on one of those upper floors, you might want to head to a storm shelter if you don't have any, friends or family that you can kind of crash with until the severe weather threat's over. Now, if you are in a vehicle, the best thing to do is pull off and seek out a sturdy building, whether that's a Walmart, a gas station, anything like that. The more sturdy, the better. That's your best option. If you're in a vehicle and you can't get away, you can go to a ditch and lay flat. If you're stuck in your vehicle, the tornado's heading your way and you just can't get out, keep your seatbelt on. Do this. Cover your head and try to stay as safe as possible while, you're unfortunately going to really be in for a ride, but it's kind of like being in a car crash. You want to, but it's one where you have a little bit of warning if there's a tornado heading your way and you just can't leave your vehicle. Do not shelter in an underpass. That is a myth. That can actually really focus those winds and kind of act like a wind tunnel. And it's just really dangerous. You're not actually safe underneath an underpass. However, if you're in a vehicle, the best thing is to drive off to a sturdy structure, run if you have to, and then second best would be probably to lay flat in a ditch if you can. That's an issue if that tornado threat also comes with a big flash flooding threat. But if you're in your vehicle and you can't get away, stay in, keep your seatbelt on, cover your head, and get ready for, breaking glass and debris coming into your vehicle. And that's pretty much all I can tell you in terms of staying safe. It just really, the best thing you can do is keep up with the forecast and know what's heading your way. And you can't always avoid severe weather, but there are things you can do to keep yourself safe. Now, the other thing I want to tell you is you should have your shoes on. If there's a severe weather threat, keep your shoes on or keep your shoes nearby to where you can put them on quickly. Because if you do get hit by a tornado, it's going to be nice to have shoes on because there's going to be broken glass everywhere. And if you're trying to get out of a destroyed home or, trying to get help from emergency responders or your neighbors, your community, or if you want to help other people, you need to have your shoes on. That's great advice that I don't think is given enough. So have your shoes, have them in your safe space if you want, have helmets in there, and have your carriers for your animals, your pets, your dogs, your cats, your ferrets, whatever, your hamsters. Keep them in your safe space too. Have room for them, room for the whole family. Just make a plan now. Make sure you stick with it. So hopefully this helps you stay safe. If you have severe weather anxiety, if you're not sure what you need to do, hopefully all of this information helps you out. Thanks for joining me, guys. Please stay safe out there when severe weather strikes.